broad curling brim topped his outfit. The style of headwear had been fashionable some 20 years earlier. I remember my father donning a similar hat before setting out to make his house calls. It had cost him a pretty penny, but my father had justified the expense. A doctor, he'd pointed out, should look prosperous, or patients will think he's little in demand, and there must be a good reason. Tapley's hat had suffered the passage of time, and was spotted and scuffed, but it was tilted at a jaunty angle. "Good afternoon, Mrs. Ross. A fine day, is it not?" He answered his own question before I could. "Yes, a beautiful day. It fairly makes one's heart sing. I trust you are well? Inspector Ross keeps well too?" His wide smile crumpled his skin like a wash leather. His eyes twinkled brightly, and showed he had most of his teeth in reasonable condition considering his age. I supposed him in his 60s. I assured him that Ben and I were both in good health, and gave Bessie, walking beside me, a nudge to let her know she should stifle her giggles. "You are taking the air," observed Mr. Tapley, bestowing another kindly smile on Bessie. Ashamed, she made an awkward curtsy and mumbled, "Yes, sir." "And you are right to take the opportunity," continued Tapley to me. "Exercise, dear madam, is of the greatest importance in the maintenance of good health. I never fail to take my constitutional, come rain or shine. But today one can only feel particularly fortunate." He made a theatrical sweep of the umbrella towards the river behind us, sparkling in the sunshine, and dotted with shipping of all kinds, busily chugging up and down. There were lighters, coal barges, doughty little steam tugs, even a vessel marked as belonging to the river police, while wherries bobbed back and forth between them all, often, it seemed, avoiding collision by a miracle. "Our great city at work, on land and on river," observed Tapley, using the umbrella as a schoolmaster uses a cane or rule to point out chalk details on a blackboard. Seamlessly, he continued, "My regards to Inspector Ross. Tell him to continue his stalwart efforts to rid London of scoundrels." He tipped his hat, beamed, and walked on. We watched him skirt a small crowd that had gathered round a street entertainer, bounce across the road on his small, neat feet, and head north through the narrow streets leading up into the Strand. "He's a funny old gent, ain't he?" observed Bessie, disrespectfully, but accurately. "He's obviously fallen on hard times," I told her. "That's not his fault, or we don't know that it is." Bessie considered this. "You can see he's a gent, all right," she conceded. "He must have had money once. Perhaps he gambled or drank it away." Her voice gained enthusiasm. "Perhaps he had a business partner who made off with the cash, or perhaps he—" "That's enough," I said firmly. Bessie came to join Ben and me when we married and set up home. She has the stunted but wiry build of one raised on charity, with the quick wits and sharp instincts of a child of the city poor. She is as ferocious in her loyalty as she is in her opinions. As for Thomas Tapley, no one knew very much about him. Bessie was not the only one to have speculated on what might have brought him to reduced circumstances. He lodged at the far end of our street, in a house that was not part of our recently built terrace, but much older, here long before the railway came. When it was built, there must have been fields around it.